We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. The question I posed on as the title of this video, why would a judge block this? I'm talking about specifically the U.S. District Judge that was appointed by Joe Biden by the name of Brendan Herson, who just now blocked President Trump's executive order on stripping funding for sex change surgery and hormone drugs for minors. Please let me know in the comments. I'm going to show some of y'all chats tonight. I'm going to show a lot of the chats tonight. But please let me know in the comments, why would anybody block this? Why would a judge block this? I do realize it's for under the ages of 19, right? And just my mind, because I'm a novice in this, I'm not very astute when it comes to politics, but I'm trying to think on both sides just to try to understand. I want to understand both sides. Maybe they're thinking once you hit 18, you can do whatever you want. I don't know. I'm thinking 18 because my mind is going straight to 18. I don't want to think anything less. I don't want to think anything like 11, 12, 13 years old, 14. I don't want to think that. You know, that's just how my mind works. So I'm going all the way up to 18. Maybe they're thinking that. Maybe he's like, no. Maybe we can just dial it back a little bit. Maybe I'll make the law. I mean, the executive order will be fine for 17 and under. I don't know, but please answer that for me. Why would anybody block that? Why would a judge specifically block this? This is a good thing. Children don't know who they are at that age, to the point that if they were deciding to cut off something or chemically induce a change in their bodies that they will regret for the rest of their lives, maybe they should be a little older. I think that that it's the responsible thing to do, the executive order, to put this forward. So why would anybody, any judge, block anything like this? We do realize that they are trying to coach and nurture our children in the wrong direction. They're trying to train our children to think a certain type of way and be cool with certain things at a certain age. The same thing we talked about last night with the kindergartner bringing home a book from school that showed men dressed in fetish gear, chaps and leathers. And it also showed people walking butterball naked. And this was a kindergarten book about a pride parade. This doesn't set well with me. And I just want to say this again, and I said it many other times before. I do consider myself to be an ally of all communities around the world. I mean, LGBTQAI plus, go forth and multiply. Do what you want to do. Who am I to tell you what you can do? But when it comes to children, that's when I speak up. Because our jobs as men is to protect women and children. Women can make their own decisions. Children, we're trying to put them in position where they can make their own decisions to mutilate their bodies and chemically induce a change that they will regret for their entire lives. I do not understand this. So I'm gonna need y'all help with this, man. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. The only price of admission for our live streams is to simply hit the like button. Thank y'all. We're not going to be here for long, but let me see what y'all have written up here. Let me see. It's part of the WEF population control plan. Okay. And I see that Planned Parenthood, speaking of, Planned Parenthood went ahead and deleted all of their posts on Instagram. I don't know if y'all saw that, but just in case you're tuning in and you want to know exactly what I'm talking about, here's what I'm talking about, gang. And make sure y'all hit that like button, man. And yeah, because this right here just it disturbs me. It makes me feel some type of way just knowing that this gentleman right here, this judge, will block that executive order to prevent minors from mutilating themselves. This is absolutely nuts, man. This is absolutely nuts. Here's the story that I saw earlier today on Fox News.
All right, breaking right now, a federal judge has just paused President Trump's executive order restricting gender-affirming care for people under the age of 19. A group of patients' families suing to block the order. It is now on hold while the case works its way through the court. So that is the latest on that. We've seen a lot of this, obviously, push and pull in the court system as all of this moves very quickly. Also,
now, they're saying that parents, families, people have come together to sue to stop it. What the hell is wrong with this country right now? What's going on with us? Are we so divided that we blinding ourselves and not protecting our children? At least can we protect the kids? The kids don't have to deal with this. Leave the kids out of it. Leave the children out of it. I get it. Children are growing up in households with two dads, two moms. A lot of their family members have started transitioning. We've included them in conversations that they are not mature enough to be a part of. And we know that. We clearly started to give them books and literature in school to prime them, get them ready and understand a little bit more of what's going on in the real world with adults. That makes no sense to me, man. Maybe I'm naive as hell. I don't know what it is. I just think maybe I'm naive. Maybe I'm just green as hell. Maybe I don't deserve to know. I don't know. But the fact still remains that we need to protect our damn children. Ain't nowhere in the world we're just allowing this to go. This is nuts that we're allowing children to make decisions at an extremely young age to cut off their gonads. This is absolutely insane, man. Here's this type of stuff that we're feeding them. I seen this video yesterday and I want to show this to you guys. And I'm not showing it to you off so we can make fun of it. That's not why I'm showing it to you. I'm not showing y'all this so y'all can make fun of it. But this is one of the things that we're feeding our children, and it's adding to the delusion of families all around this nation. And we're starting to feel sorry for these individuals to the point where we believe that this is normal enough that our children at an extremely young age can just decide that they are not what God brought them in this world as, and that we need to physically make a change so that they can match what they believe they are in their minds. That right there messed me up so much I can't even say it twice. If I tried to, I promise you, it would be a tongue tie. For real. They have been open about the population on Earth being too large. What better way to fix that than sterilizing children and pushing abortion? It's part of the WEF plan. Okay, I already read that one right there. Judge probably benefited from USAID, which and Elizabeth Warren did. I believe she got like $10 million worth of kickbacks. I believe Bernie Sanders got a lot more. I don't know if it's specifically from this right here, but it's definitely from Big Pharma, from things that's going on that are probably putting us in a worse spot than we was before. I'm not the person to decide on this. I'm just the one to start the conversation. That's all I'm doing. I'm just simply hosting the conversation. I've seen that a judge blocked this. And my question is, why would any judge block this right here? Even before that, why would any adult fight and want to sue the courts so that this is not blocked? Why would they want children to be able to make these decisions? I don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. This box, it blows my mind. Looks like a Walmart Harley Quinn. Bruh, we're not supposed to be making fun of anybody. Here's the video right here that adds to the delusion, in my opinion. But they even have, reason why I brought this up, because at the end of this video, they have a child speaking. They have a child speaking, and I want y'all to see this. A child is about to speak to the court, I mean to the people, and I want y'all to see exactly what he says. Listen to this. This is absolutely insane. It's going to blow your mind if you have not seen it already. All right, here we go. I'm gonna be quiet, but and again, YouTube, I am not showing this to make fun of individuals who agree with this way of thinking, this mindset, this way of understanding. I'm not. I'm really not. This is a real conversation here. I want to know what y'all think about it.
Strict.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered, like all the time. People refer to me as sir when I prefer to be referred to as ma'am. I speak as someone who is afraid to use public toilets. I speak as someone who is a member of this community and is a queer person.
You have to imagine being me and my wife, fearing that our marriage rights will be stripped away at any moment.
Please, I only have so much time. Please, Joe's gonna cut me off.
Which matters more? Covering the legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community? How many lives have to be lost before you consider fighting back against fascism and corruption?
Now is the time to say that if federal money relies on the dehumanization of trans people, that we don't want your goddamn money.
I get that some of you care more about easy funding than trans lives and don't mind Nazis for some whatever reason, but
normally I would say good evening, but through the chair, I will only impart my sour grapes.
It's an extremely emotional and taxing thing to stand up here as someone as part of the trans and gender diverse community.
My name is Katie. I'm from District 5, and I'm speaking in support of agenda items 10B and 14B. Right now in our country, Trump is threatening the trans and gender diverse community.
Noticing people here are trying to control the rights of others, and that's not right. We should make Worcester a sanctuary city for trans people. Everybody deserves to feel safe, and everybody needs to feel safe. I've lived here for 4 years, and there hasn't really been any changes in how people feel safe in the city. My birthday is this Saturday, and all I want is peace and for you to vote yes. Please don't let me down for my birthday. There's a lot of queer people that I love, and to Candy Carlson, you should know to never call someone I'm 7 and I know better. The kids are watching and we're ready to vote you out.
So they got a child to show up. They got a child to show up and speak on behalf of transgenders in this city becoming the what you call it? Not a safe haven. What is it? A sanctuary city for transgenders. And my issue is this. Why are we including children into the conversation? Period. This child understands. Does this child understand that if you feel like you are a young lady and you decide to be that, transitioning to becoming that young lady means cutting off your wee-wee? Why do they know this? Because of what he said? I have a whole lot of queer people I love. when I was younger and my guardian would be in the house with other adults and they're having a good time, they're talking, they're playing their music, smoking their cigarettes or drinking their beers or whatever, and I was underage and I tried to sit around them and listen to them and be a part of what they had going on, my guardian or my aunts, they would tell me to go somewhere and stay out of grown folks' business. When did that change? This right here is still grown folks' business. Am I not right? I mean, that's what I believe it is, right? It's still grown folks' business, correct? Hi, Van. Ever since the election season, I started watching you and some other young men and women. I watch because you are raising our future. I wanted to see where this world is headed. I like what I hear. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. But I'm confused as hell. I may not look it, but I am confused as hell. They have a whole bunch of adults showing up, men acting like women, women acting like men. People are just seeming like they are mentally unstable, and then you put this child in the middle of them and say, go ahead and tell them what you think. Write a letter. We've told you so much about it. We are allies in this home. We're crying. We're upset. You got to come hug your moms, or you got to go hug your dads and get them through these hard times. And now they're explaining to you how transitioning to another sex goes. And now you have that burden on your shoulders at 7 years old. 7 years old, you got that burden on your shoulders, to the point where you wrote an entire letter and you want to present it to the board so that they can make your city a sanctuary city for transgenders. That's where we are right now. Charles Rich, thank you so much for the super chat, big dog. That's where we are right now. This makes absolutely no sense to me, man. This makes absolutely no sense to me. The flag, let me see. My mama once bitched my principal out for the bus missing my stop. Imagine if they cut my I don't think the school would do that, but if you are a child and you tell your teacher that you no longer want to be considered as you don't want to be addressed as a boy while I'm at school, only address me as a girl, even though you are a boy, you want to be addressed as a girl, they don't even have to tell your parents anymore. They don't have to tell your parents anymore. If you tell them that you want to be transitioned, you can be put on puberty blockers at an extremely young age. There's no reason at all that someone that's 11, 12, 13 years old should be put on puberty blockers. 14, 15 years old, I did not know who I was. As a young man, I did not know who I was. When I was 25 years old, I still didn't know who I was. And you want to tell, I'm dead serious, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it took me a minute to find out who I really was. I mean, I've always been a man, always been straight. Always loved the ladies. That's period. But I'm just saying who I wanted to be in life. If I wanted to be a father, I didn't know that. If I wanted to be a husband, I didn't know that. I didn't think about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Me and my wife, we did start our families really young because my pullout game was whack. But that's beyond the point. I did not know what I wanted to do in life. I did not know what career path I wanted to take. I did not know if I wanted to have my own business, if I wanted to pursue music because I loved music. I didn't know if I just wanted to work a job just to pay bills. Nobody knows who they really are at an extremely young age. Why are we putting this on young kids? So if an executive order is written to protect children, allow us to protect the children. Why are women and men who are on the opposite side of things so hard pressed on blocking protection of women and children? Maybe I'm missing it, bro. We need mental health reform in America. Woe to those who have led children astray. Let me tell you something, and I don't even know what the flag upside down on his shirt mean. I don't know what that means. But what I do know is that he's the only child there with look like his dad, look like he's with his father, probably one of his dads. I don't know. And I'm not judging. I don't listen. If somebody can raise a child with love, I'm all for it. I was adopted at an extremely early age. At an extremely early age. God bless my mother and God bless my father, but they were going through their own things. They couldn't raise me. So they put me in the system. And thank God, Diane and my Aunt Teresa started taking me in. And Diane brought me in and adopted me at an extremely young age. And she then went out and got my brothers. But if there are people out here, if you're straight, if you're gay, and you love children and you're willing to protect them and not try to nurture them to become who you are, simply because you believe that that's how people should be, and you think that this world is mean to people like you, so you got an axe to grind and you want everybody to be like you, so you're trying to raise up little minions to be like you, I'm not for all of that, because that's how they become pedos. And I'm not for that. I'm certain that there was a lot of people in that school board that walked out in New York, in that one New York district that we watched last night. And the room was filled with concerned, loving parents who simply wanted to know, why are you sending a kindergartner home with a book about LGBTQ pride parades that have men dressed up in fetish outfits, showing their nipples and whatnot in the book? And you got women and other people walking around literally naked in a book that you're sending home to a kindergartner. We're supposed to be protecting women and children. That's not protecting women and children. I'm sorry, it just isn't. I always told my children at an extremely young age, I said, the one thing I don't want you to ever do to me is lie to me. Please don't lie to me, because I'm going to believe you. If you tell me somebody touched you, your dad is going to jail off of your word. I'm here to protect you and your mom with my life. I want to make sure that you have a full, peaceful life, that you have a chance to do whatever you want to do in this world. What I didn't do is try to raise them up to be all like me. Even my sons. I was really macho because of how I was raised. Shout out to my big brother Donnie, my big brother Leonard, my little brother Wayne, my cousin Luciano, my cousin's little man Bam. Like we were raised a certain type of way in my neighborhood. And when I first had my son, my son Van Jr. and I, he's 25 years old. But we are still kind of, I was a little rough on him when he was younger, when he was really young. Because when I was younger, my big brother Donnie, whenever I cried, he would tell me stop crying like a female dog. Y'all know the word for that. So when I had a son and he would start crying, I would say stop crying like a female dog, even when he was 2 years old. But then I had to snap out of that and like, yo, that's not how you treat no kid. He don't know. You got to raise them up in the way that they should go, using God's biblical principles, using God's principles. So I started doing that. And I started gaining a relationship with my son in that way. But I was still working on myself at the same time, right? Same thing with my daughters. Only thing with my daughters, I'm like, look, your mom will be washing you up. Your mom will be doing all those things with you. I want to make sure that these boundaries are kept the way that they're supposed to be. Although I'm your dad and I'm still going to protect you. Your mom will take care of those things where, you know, it gets, you know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. But I made sure that my children decided what they wanted to be and how they wanted to be at an extremely young age. My children decided that they wanted to be heterosexual. My children decided that they wanted to date the opposite sex. That's what my children decided. My children understood the importance of a nuclear family at an extremely young age. My children decided, we put God in their life at an extremely young age. That's it. We showed them we kept them around other loving families, other people who cared about them and their children as well. So now when I see this, and I see that people, grown-ups, are pushing children to mutilate themselves at an extremely young age, it boggles my mind. I have absolutely no understanding of it, because it does not scream to me protection of women and children. It screams to me grooming women and children. That's what it screams to me. The flag upside down is our soldiers that need help. Oh, okay. And for his parents to buy him that flag, you already know what that means. You already know how they think about this country. That's how they think. They put this on the back of their child. That's crazy. Happy Thursday. Van's channel is growing significantly. What a stud. Thank you, John. Van's honest opinions, breakdowns are what the American public is really feeling. And his humor is just real life. Thanks for being real, man. Thank you for pulling up, and I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. That means a lot. That means a lot. This just blows my mind, gang. So again, if you're just now pulling up, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about this judge right here. Judge, what's his name? Brendan Abel Herson. I think he was appointed by Joe Biden, and he has blocked or paused, because this right here says blocked, because it says breaking the U.S. District Judge Brendan Herson just blocked President Trump's executive order on stripping funding for sex change surgery and hormone drugs for minors. And then he asked a question. Shout out to Libs of TikTok for this. He said, why are they so desperate to mutilate and castrate kids? I don't know. That blows my freaking mind. It does, bro. I cannot explain it. I cannot explain it. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Maybe I need another understanding, another perspective. If you're on this live stream right now and you understand why they want to do that, please make your presence known. Don't think that you're going to be picked on. I'll make sure I protect you. I mean, seriously, I just want to. I don't get it. I don't get it. The nation is distressed according to flag code when it's upside down. Okay. 2 years ago, the white man was a demon. What the world, a white man being a demon got to do with 2 years ago, I did not like the white man. How about that? 2 years ago, I didn't like the white man. 2 years ago, I thought the American flag was racist. 2 years ago, I thought a lot of things. I will see people driving down the street with an American flag hanging from their truck, and I will wonder why. I will see people hanging an American flag outside of their house, and I will wonder why. I'd be like, yo, we already in America. Why are you hanging up a flag? What's the point of that? Are you trying to represent something? Is that a dog whistle? You know, if you're trained to think something like you're trained to think like an American flag mean, you know what I mean? That's them people that's trying to represent the other side. You know, like when Trump said there's good people on both sides. I was like, man, he said there's good people on both sides. What does he mean? What does he mean there's good people on both sides? Whereas I actually understand that, because I know some gangsters and killers that are still some good people inside. I just now watched The Sopranos. I don't know if y'all ever saw it, but I just now watched The Sopranos. And one thing that I didn't like about The Sopranos, please let me know in the comments if you've ever watched that series. It's on Max, HBO Max. I just now watched that Sopranos. It's 6 seasons. 6 seasons long. And the 6th season have like 20, 21 episodes. And the one thing that I did not like about The Sopranos when I watched it when I was a young man, because I was in my 20s when I first watched it, but I didn't fully understand the building of the characters and whatnot. And right now, I think that The Sopranos is my number one TV series I've ever watched ever. The one beef I had with it was the finale. I'm not going to tell you guys about the finale right now because you might not have watched it. But when I just recently watched it, I completely understood it. It made so much sense because this time, as a 46-year-old man with more lived experiences, being married for 27 years, having raised 4 amazing young adults, I see the world a lot more clearly. I have a better understanding for living, for getting out there and grinding and building something and seeing something that you started just grow to something great that you can be proud of, and also seeing things fall apart and having to pick up the pieces, having people that you love die so much on the left and the right, and you having to comfort their loved ones that were closest to them. And when I watched this series again and I seen the finale, I was like, get out of here. It was absolutely brilliant. The only reason why I bring that up now is because the way I look at life is so different now. It's so different. I have far more appreciation for people, black, white, or other. And there are some people out there who do some bad things, but they still go home to their families that they love and protect. And it's because they have a different ideology on life. They have a different understanding of how to live their lives. And they bought into the darkness more than they bought into the light. And I'm in no place to judge anybody because last I checked, I'm still a sinner. I was born in sin, shaped in iniquity, just like all of you. And I had to ask for forgiveness, just like all of you. And on a daily basis, I thank God for his grace and his mercy, just like all of you. So when I see adults who are shouldering this whole movement of pushing children to the brink of destroying themselves and destroying our future, not wanting to procreate, not wanting to have more children and have families anymore. They just want to have the people who are already here. Do what you got to do to cut this off. Why would you want to cut off humanity? Do you hate this world so much that you want to cut off humanity for the future? It makes absolutely no sense for me. It tells me that you are full of pain. You are full of darkness. You're sad. And that's horrible. Like, I can't even be super upset at most of them. It's like I feel sorry for them. That's sad, man. Can you understand that? They just want to cut off humanity. They don't even want children to be born again. Like Margaret Sanger. Y'all already know her, what she's done. Planned Parenthood. They just now removed all of their content on Instagram. Why would they do that? It makes no sense to me. None. None. Population control by pronouns. They are sick and greedy. Population control. Didn't Bill Gates say something about population control? Apparently there's too many people in the world. 8 billion wasn't enough. They're trying to get down to 6 billion or something like that. Is that where the Wuhan lab comes into play? Is that why they don't want anybody to see Sounds of Freedom? I'm just saying. These are just conversations. I'm not trying to daggone start no sugar honey iced tea. I'm just simply saying these coincidences are getting louder and louder and louder. And their soldiers are getting younger and younger and younger. There should not be a 7-year-old speaking up for trans communities. There should not be a 7-year-old that even understands or want to understand. The 7-year-old should be out there playing, being a kid. A 7-year-old boy should be out there being a boy. A 7-year-old girl should be out there playing and being a girl, period. Figuring out their own lives. Why are we trying to control their lives? Let them figure it out. The same way we figured out ours. They're just trying to control every narrative possible so that the world that's in their mind. Yo, this is crazy, bro. You're great. Love the content and knowledge, man. Thank you so much, Biblo the Swag. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Means a lot to me. I just don't understand. I would love for us to love one another. That's it. The same thing with this black and white bull, sugar honey iced tea. I'm trying not to cuss so much. We were just now talking about this in the group call tonight. Shout out to all my people that's inside of the Facebook group and the group call. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. We had an amazing conversation. So I'm trying not to curse as much. Some political strategies involve exacerbating divisions within society to maintain power or to distract from other issues. I would love for you to go a little deeper on that, Corey, because I agree, but you added some college words in there, and I'm a college dropout. All right, because once I got her pregnant in the first year of college. I got her pregnant right before we went to college. And when I had to go tell Diane about it, my guardian, I was scared as hell. It was at the age where when my wife told me before we was married and she was pregnant and she said that she was pregnant, my response to her was, so what you gonna do? Because people were getting a lot of abortions back then. I didn't know. We're about to go to college. I don't know what you want to do because I don't care either way. It is what it is. And I thank God that she decided to have my beautiful baby girl, Vanaya, my sweet cake. That's my milkshake. That's my baby girl right there. Happily married to an amazing man in Florida right now. And I miss her every day. Because I put my whole life in making sure my family were well taken care of. I didn't always do it right. But who does? Who does? I just don't understand, man. How can people take advantage of children? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't get it, man. I really don't get it, man. It's I don't get that. I don't get it. I just like to see a smile on your face, man. Thank you so much, PG, the Bill Hound show. I appreciate you. I'm glad to see people voicing how the pieces of the puzzle fit together. Let me tell you something. As long as we continue to communicate, as long as we stand strong on our beliefs, we don't let anybody move our integrity and our character, and we try to lead this world to be better, it's going to be okay. But people got their hands on our children and they're not letting go. They got churches with trans pastors, outwardly gay, rainbow flagged up pastors in church, teaching communities, preaching from a Bible that they created. See, this is the reason why, too, I have an issue with all of these denominations of Christianity. Like, everybody just take their own denomination. I like this, but I don't like this. Let me create this. I'm going to create that. That's how I want it. We need to look out for our kids, man. And it's moving in the wrong direction. And this right here pisses me off. And this is the reason why I decided that late at night I'm going to talk about this, and I apologize for not being my my jubilant self, the one that's all super excited about everything and laughing and joking and talking about how something sexy about a lady that make my wife ghost show up sometimes. This ain't that type of, I don't know, man. This gets on my damn nerves, bro. This really bothers me. This really bothers me. Like, it should bother you too. It should piss you off. It really should. If you're cool with this, I want to hear from you. I really do. Not to judge you, but I just want to hear your perspective. I want to understand. I do. I just want to understand. Like, if you're in here right now, you're one of the people who fully understand why they're doing this, please let me know. I mean, I'm talking about if you're on that side, because I'm sure most of y'all are thinking people and you get both sides because you're cool. You're not trying to judge anybody. You're just like, yo, I get it. They're just trying to stop population. It's population control. Like, they want people to feel comfortable in their own skin and they don't want to change for anybody. Well, if you don't want to change, I don't want you to change. I just want you to leave the damn children alone. That's it. That's it. 1,000%, man. 1,000%. My, look at this. It bothers me greatly. This is what I'm talking about, man. It's all about the power and the money. Please, I'm sorry. Just got to hear what is happening. Well, the this judge right here, he paused President Trump's executive order stripping funding for sex change surgery and hormone drugs for minors. And I just want to understand, why would a judge do that to children? This is a judge. His job is to serve and protect at the highest level. At the highest level. Go check it out. And when you look at the video, I want you to check out the 7-year-old that's also speaking at a forum trying to get Missouri, some part of Missouri, Winchester, I believe Winchester, Missouri or something like that, to be a sanctuary city for transgenders. It's wild. It's wild. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. At any event, gang, thank y'all so much for pulling up and just listening to me complain. Hopefully I didn't wig you out. Ladies, happy Valentine's Day to all of the ladies. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal individuals. Whether you have a love in your life or not, hopefully you enjoy Valentine's Day. I know it was created off of some BS about some little white Cupid person shooting people with arrows, or I don't know what the hell it's about. I think it's just another reason to boost the economy. Go out and buy a diamond and a necklace and some chocolates and flowers and teddy bears and stuff just to boost the economy. Like we got all of these other holidays to trick us to boost the economy, whatever the case may be. Just go out there and celebrate with the love of your life and just have some fun. All right. And put a condom on. Okay. Or don't. If you want to make some babies, go ahead and make some babies, but make sure you're married. Don't be having no baby mothers all over the place. Because I know some of you fellas out there real wild with your dinglings and you want to have baby mothers all over the world. You don't need to have no baby mothers all over the world, even if you got all the money in the world, like Elon Musk with all them damn kids, or Nick Cannon with all them damn kids, or Cam Newton with all them damn kids. There's a lot of people with a whole lot of kids and just feel like, since I got a lot of money, I can take care of them. That's not always the case. Sometimes you need time. You're going to need a lot of time to take care of them kids. You're going to need to set an example. You want them to see the same mom, you know what I mean? The same person, that they all came out the same body. Like we all came from the same person and we share the same blood and we see love in our household. You know what I mean? That's what you want to see. It's not all about, I just got the resources to make these kids, so I'm gonna make the kids and they're all over the place. And nah, bro. Way to stay real, bro. Appreciate the talk. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, and anybody that want to learn how to do content creation. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.